What's up, everybody? It's Fireman here, and I'm back to give you guys a top speed tune. This is going to be on the RX8 77B engine swap. This is going to be a little bit slower than the RX7, which is kind of predictable, because of the fact that this weighs more than the RX7, but still does a good speed, honestly. It is possible for it to hit a little bit higher speed, like by 1, maybe 2 miles per hour, but this is why I can get so far in higher wind speeds. It can do pretty good, probably about 275, or be over 275, like 276, 277. But right now, currently, I have it at 275. Like with most of my tunes, I would highly advise to use sports softs on the front. If you guys don't have sports softs and don't want to use them exactly, you can use other type of sports tires on the front to keep your car stable enough to where it won't spin out on the turn, unless you're able to actually keep it or I should say, keep a very good fine line of driving around the track. Then keep racing softs. But I keep sports softs just to be safe, because a little bit of just one quick motion and you're gone. But going straight into the suspension, pretty much the standard suspension that I've been posting for a while now, which is no surprise, honestly. It works for every car so far. Haven't found a car that it doesn't really work for, except for the Corvette C6, because that has a weird way of just driving, honestly. But the ride height is going to be all the way down, front and rear, 75. Anti-roll bars are going to be completely up to you guys, with it being on Route X that I mainly race on. Anti-roll bars are not that big of a deal. Going over to the compression, 40 front and rear, expansion, 30 front and rear. Natural frequency, or the spring rate, is going to be all the way down front and rear. And the negative camber I have at 3.0 and 1.5, just to keep a more, or give it more stability in the turn. And there's no toe angle whatsoever. I don't ever really use toe angle, especially on Route X at least. I know toe angle is good for actual like racing tracks that have more than just the two turns like this or something along those lines. But yeah, going over to the transmission, you want to take your top speed from where it is stock with the fully customizable racing transmission to 480, and then all you really want to do is take your final and put it to 4.086. You guys should be matching my numbers. If you guys are not, I won't say you're close, but if you're not close to my numbers, don't try to readjust the final. Just keep the final where it is and just match my gearing. So mainly just match 5th gear. 1st through 4th is completely up to you guys. I generally don't touch for the first 3 to 4 gears, depending on how many gears are in the car. Sometimes it's even 5 gears if it's got 7 gears. But for 5th gear, you want to match the 480 I have on it, not the .604. If you have .604 and you're not at 480, just try to match the 480. And then for 6th gear, I try to keep most of the cars that can hit about in the 270s and 280s, roughly around 550-ish on the kilometers for their last gear or the drafting gear, depending how many gears there are, or if you're even using all the gears. But I generally try to go around 550. With this, it stopped at 548, so I stayed with it. So I as before, for anybody that has any questions about it, 550 is generally the good sweet spot for most cars. There are some cars that you might want to go like 560 or 570, but generally 550 is a pretty good standard to go for, because you're hitting, you could hit close to close to 300 with this, with NOS, and over 300 with NOS and drafting. But with that, I'm gonna go out to the track and show you guys proof. It does handle pretty good, as I said before, with the sports softs on the front. It's not going to be like really snappy, but you're going to be able to get down to the bottom and be decent. But as you see there, you go too much on turning, and you're gonna spin out. I mean, there's ways to, of course, you can also just work on the suspension to make it more sturdy in the rear mainly. Make sure it doesn't slip out like it did there. As for most cars, with most cars, I try to put the rear diffusers on the back if it has the option. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Whatever tune I'm posting most likely already has all that I can put on it at the current time. I know there's certain cars that I can't hit, the ideal speed because I don't have all the parts on it. The tuning parts is the biggest problem with, I won't say problem, but it's just the biggest stepping stone for a lot of cars, because the hardest parts to actually get, to my knowledge, and this is just for me getting it all the 6-star roulette tickets that only pertain to parts, tend to be the titanium piston and push rods. I have never gotten any of those. I've gotten a few of the weight reductions. I've actually gotten quite a few weight reductions for a couple of cars I've already posted tunes for. I believe I got it for 2 of them. One is the Bugatti, and I'm not going to post an update for that one because it only increased it by 1 mile per hour. So if you have the tune I have, it'll go 282 instead of 281 in ideal conditions. The one part that I did get that I'm hoping to get more of is the high, or I think it's the ultra high RPM turbo system. I got that for the Nismo, the GTR Nismo, and I'm hoping to get other parts for it because it's already gone much faster than what I have posted for. And if I get all of the tuning parts for it, then I probably will do an update video for that, because that thing is, I wouldn't say much faster, but by just a couple of miles per hour is a big difference between if I was going 275 and you guys were able to hit 277 with your RX8s, then that's a big margin, especially if you're only running real subscription. But yeah, as I say here, 275 quite quickly. As before, it could hit 276, but I'm not 100% sure. In ideal wind conditions, I'm pretty confident it could, but with the wind condition I have right now, it's pretty good. But yeah, with that'll be the end of the video. So if you guys like the video, hit the like button. Also subscribe to more videos. Right now I'm only posting 1 video per week. I'm probably going to do 1 more week of posting 1 video, and then I should be back at the rhythm of posting 2 videos again. If you guys have any comments, put them down, or have any questions, put them down in the comments below. I'll answer them as soon as I can. And that's gonna be about it. I will see you guys in the next video.